much a popular mean girl at first, until Buffy kind of brings her into this crazy world. And we have Dawn, the girl from Ice Princess, which I love her character. Many people don't. I think her character was definitely a breath of fresh air and an interesting turning point for the show. We then have my least favorite character in the whole franchise, Xander. I cannot stand this character, but he was great in like the first season, and then after that it just goes straight downhill. And him as a real life person isn't too grand either, but anyway. He plays Xander, who is in love with Buffy and is a part of her, like, Scooby Gang, her little band of friends. We then have Spike, played by James Marsters. He is a love interest of Buffy, also a vampire, who seeks out his soul towards the end of the seasons, in season 7. And his character was really done pretty dirty by Joss Whedon, the creator, which we won't really talk about him because yuck. But anyway, he kind of destroyed this character for me. I started liking Buffy when I was very young, and I never really had continued the series from season 6 to 7 until I was much older. And when you get to season 6 and see how this character really progresses and how they change him, I almost feel like I'm spoiling him by saying it, but don't watch season 6 because Spike turns a little nasty, and they keep him in the franchise after, and if they were really going to do that, they shouldn't have had what happened happen. It just really ruined his character for me. But anyway, without ado, that leaves our main girl, my favorite actress, my favorite was born in 1997. So, it's bittersweet to read this now. So, we have quite a lot in here. And our first page, this is a lot of just insights of the seasons. This is one of my favorite episodes. I may go to breaking down seasons. I haven't decided yet. Let me know if that's something you would like. I know that Buffy is it's a cult classic, so not many like it, but I am in love. But anyway, my favorite season is the first season, and my favorite episode is right here. And this is the puppet show. A lot of these pictures are actually from the first season. Like, this is from the second, 7th, first. I believe this is the Invisible Girl one, which is also my favorite. This is from your 5th season. A lot of good pictures here. This is from the first season when Buffy comes back to life after the Master has unfortunately attempted to kill her. He thinks he has our Scooby Gang. Buffy Summers, she is beautiful. She is a feminist challenge to gender hierarchy, and she is a petty badass, and she is just an animal. I love it. The snarky comments from Buffy, this character, they did well with her. This is one of my favorite episodes of all time, and it is called Anne, and it is the first episode of season 3. I get all of my aggression out. I get to beat up people who are 6 foot tall and 200 pounds. Sarah Michelle Gellar said it in 2001. And in this, she bashes the head of a demon, just like cuts it right off. Supreme. Willow and Xander. This is one of my favorite episodes for Willow. She becomes a vampire in season 3, and it's so funny. In the season 2 DVD commentary, Whedon applauded Allison Hannigan's ability to play extraordinary pathos and huge comedy at the same time. Here it is. In the unaired pilot, Willow was played by actor Riff Regan, whose take was less intimidating and much more feminine than Allison's more forceful portrayal, which is definitely true. he's a very talented man. He can sing, he can act. He is just a man of many talents, and he was done with this role, which kind of led to the show really destroying the relationship that he had with Buffy, because he had to leave. And in real life, but Rupert would never have left Buffy, which really ruined it, unfortunately, for me. Come to season 6, Giles is just, he's a mess, and just not helpful, and it's just not, he's definitely not my favorite character once we get to that far in the series. Now we have Cordelia Chase, who becomes my favorite character in the Angel series. Her character definitely goes through some development and definitely changes for the better. I think maybe me and 10,000 other girls did that. Chris McCarpenter explained on how she initially auditioned for Buffy. She was late to her audition, but still wowed the producers. Joyce Summers. Christine Sutherland said in 2016 that she and Geller still exchange messages with each other. Angel. This is my beautiful, beautiful man, David Boreanaz. He was discovered by a talent manager while out walking his dog, Bertha Blue. Because he's stunning, that's why. David Boreanaz came in and read, and after I turned to the woman in the room, and they were just puddles. Yeah. He's tall, pale, and handsome, with a cool, mysterious vibe. It makes sense that Buffy's intrigued by the 270-year-old vampire. And, he is I didn't realize. So his human Irish name was Liam, which I never knew that. Or, yeah, because his last name was Angelus. I'm not sure. Yep, and he left in the 3rd season, unfortunately.